إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهديه الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله شهادة تنجينا من عذاب النار ويدخلنا الجنة من غير سابقة عذاب ولا عقاب وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه أشهد أنه قد بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة ومحى الغمة وجاهد في الله حق الجهاد حتى أتاه اليقين فصلاة وسلاما على عبدك ونبيك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا ويقول أيضا ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم جاءه رجل فقال يا رسول الله من أحق الناس بحسن صحابتي؟ قال أمك. قال ثم من؟ قال أمك. قال ثم من؟ قال أمك. قال ثم من؟ قال أبوك. متفق عليه. وفي رواية من أحق بحسن الصحبة؟ قال أمك ثم أمك ثم أمك ثم أبوك ثم أدناك أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. أما بعد, all praise to Allah, all praise to Allah, the one, the only, the one who should be worshipped. I bear witness that He is the creator of this universe and He is the one who should be worshipped. I bear witness that Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is His messenger, true mercy sent to us. If you follow His path, inshallah will be in Jannah. Amma ba'd, every time we talk about rights, everyone has rights on everyone. We are brothers, we have rights. Allah created us, He has rights on us. The Prophet teaches us Islam, He has rights on us. Our parents were here for us, Allah created the parents for us, they have rights on us. The khutbah today about the rights of the parents. What are their rights on us? SubhanAllah, the first right, and I'll go immediately and jump immediately at the rights. There are so many rights to the parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created two for you. Your father and your mother. When you were just a toddler, if a pillow fell on you, you'll die. A pillow, just a pillow, fell on you, you'll die. SubhanAllah, your mother, your father wakes up to take care of you. Your father and mother will always be supporting you. Then the first thing, you have to respect them. You have to make sure that you talk to them nicely. Sometimes, especially, we do it sometimes even, which is very bad. But even we do it sometimes. When your father, like as old as me, over 25, and you have the phone, especially the new phones, and you tell your son, is this the right way to do it? And your son is, oh, you don't know. Okay. Now, even you don't know is unacceptable. You have to be respecting your father, respecting your mother. They need to learn. It's okay. And your son will do the same. I remember always the Sheikh, his name is Sheikh Kishk in Egypt. He said, البر لا يبلى. Always in the khutbah. البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت. اعمل ما شئت كما تدين تدان. Everything will be written in you. The translation, everything, if you do something, it will be written. It's at the bank. You withdraw, you pay back. Withdraw money, and you have to pay back. Every sin you do, pay back. The same. Look at that. The Quran. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Ihsan is the highest thing you can do with your parents. The second, help them when they're old. They are in the most need of your help. You help. You help them when they need you and when they don't need you. Look at this story. You know the three people who are in the cave, were holding the cave with a stone, it's written. And subhanAllah, one of them, he used to bring the milk to his parents first. And one day, he came late with the milk, and their parents slept. And their kids wanted to drink milk, and said, no, I'll start with my parents first. And he stood until his parents waked up. And then he gave them the milk. And then the remaining gave to his kids. Because of that, Allah moved the rock a little bit. It's a long story. But this is one of the things that you can take. One of the things you can do. Sometimes I swear by Allah, I said something to my father, my son, I didn't even tell him. It's a true story. My son told word by word to me the same thing I told my father. When I remembered, I said, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, al-birru la yabla. Allah gave me back what I deserved. I said it to my father, he said it to me when he was angry. The same thing, true story to me. Subhanallah. This is never changes. And my son didn't even hear it from me or my father. Subhanallah. Now, another story. This is a nice story I read and I need to share. A father of a husband was used to sit with him, and one day he said, his wife, said, your father here, move him outside. There's a side room away from us. He's always getting in and taking and involved in my family. I don't want that. He's well, not good. I said, okay, no problem. He dropped him outside, and one day she saw her son drawing a big mansion. And the mother looked at him and said, what are you drawing? He said, I'm drawing my house, my dream house. Perfect. And she saw in the paper a room in the side, outside the house. And he said, what is this room? He said, this is the room that I'll put you in when you get older. And she was stunned. What? And immediately she cleaned the best room in the house and brought the father in, the grandfather for the son. And when the father came in, always when he comes from work, he checks his father first, bring him his food, and then go in the house. When he went to his father, he didn't find him. He ran away to the house. What happened to my father? He's inside. He didn't believe her. He went in, checked him out. Everything is fine. What happened? He said, I'm preparing. When I get old, I'll get the best room in the house. That's how you deal with your father. If your father is alive, give him the best thing you can do. Because your kids will do the same. Here, in the Western world, they believe that at 16, kick the kid outside. No problem. No problem. I remember, my wife is a doctor. I remember she used to go to the old houses, someplace. And the one of them was so happy. Why you're happy? Because my daughter sent me in Christmas a card. I told her, what? Yes, just a card. She remembered her. Others, they don't remember. In Islam, you have to treat them right. You have to put them in the best place you can do. This is the payback of what they did. 3, you talk to him respectfully. And the ayah narrated, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. In Arabic, if you know, hear Arabic, uff is the shortest word to show that you don't like anything. Uff. Just uff is unacceptable. How about the others using bad language or doing some bad things? Definitely is not acceptable. Allah in the Quran said, uff. Just uff means putting air outside your mouth. Uff. This is unacceptable. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنَرْهُمَا وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. You have to respect them. Look at this. You have to obey them as much as you can, except, and Allah put the exception in the Quran. Only in one thing, you don't obey them. And now if they ask me this thing, should I don't want to talk to him anymore? No. Look at this ayah. وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِمَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. If he force you to disobey me, have shirk with me, get another God, what should you do? فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Okay, now don't obey them. Should I now say you're bad, I don't want to talk to you? No. The Quran finished there. وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Be good to them. They are kafir with Allah, the most important. But still, وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيا. Be good to them. مَعْرُوفًا. The highest thing you can do. Ma'ruf means you give more than you take. Subhanallah. And they gave you a lot. Next one is you thank them. You know, لم يشكر الله من لم يشكر العباد. We say that. You don't thank Allah if you don't thank the people who give the shukr to you, give something to you good. Even if they are working for you. Imagine your parents, they don't work for you. I remember once someone said a story that one kid told his mother, you gave me milk, I'll buy you a whole truck of milk and give it to you. How much? 1,000, 2,000, 10,000? I'll give you the money. And she looked at him and said, how can you pay me when I wake up at night? How can you pay me when I cried when you are sick? How can you pay me? How can you pay me when you are feeling in pain? I felt the pain. How can you pay me? How can you pay that? By the way, in Islam, you cannot repay your mother. Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab saw a man holding his mother and doing tawaf in Hajj. And he looked at him and said, oh, Abdullah ibn Umar, did I pay back my mother? He said, not even one contraction of your birth, not even one contraction of your birth is not equal to your mother's, holding your mother and taking care of her. One contraction. It's not equal to that. SubhanAllah. They're really... And the hadith says, a man came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, oh Prophet, I want to fight with you for the sake of Allah. And I left my parents crying because I'm leaving. And the Prophet looked at him and said, go back. Make them happy and come back. If they don't come back, if they're not happy, don't come. Imagine with me, even the jihad, the best thing you can do in Islam, still making your parents happy is more important. You have to know their rights on you. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud asked the Prophet ﷺ, at the best deed that you can do. The best deed you can do. What's the best deed you can do? Prayer on time. No more than prayer on time. SubhanAllah. Prayer on time. Prayer on time is the best thing you can do. What else? The second one. Be good to your parents. Second thing. After prayer. Because prayer is the lead to anything. If you do good to prayer, you will be good to them. Be good to your parents. The third thing, al-jihad fi sabilillah. Try to control things. And the man came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, oh Prophet, my parents died. Is there anything they can do? He said, yes. Still, they died. I don't have my parents. Is there anything to communicate with them? Yes. What? Make salam on them. Istighfar. Remember, how to do istighfar to them? I always tell everyone, and I'm trying to make everyone memorize it. Between the sujood. You say, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, and you sit between the sujood. Say, Allahu Akbar. What should I say? Allahumma ighfir li wa li walidayya wa li ashabi huquq alayhi. Or Allahumma ighfir li wa li walidayya wal muslimin ajma'in. Oh Allah, forgive me, forgive my parents, and forgive every Muslim. What I'm rewarded with this? Imagine, I said before, that there is 1.6 billion. Assuming the half of them is 800 million. I'll say 500 for computation. Then if you say, Allahu Akbar Muslimin Ajma'in, I'm taking 500 million hasana in one dua. One dua? 500 million. Why you are bakhil? If you're rich in hasanat, but all of us are not, trust me on that. All of us are not rich. Then really say it. Allahumma ighfir li wa li walidayya. I say both dua. Allahumma ighfir li wa li walidayya wa li ashabi huquq alayhi means that anyone has rights on me. Anyone I did bad to him, looked bad, smiled wrongly. Allahumma ighfir li wa li walidayya wal muslimin ajma'in. Then what should I do to make sure that my parents are happy? Remember them. Do istighfar to them. If they have a covenant, if they have ahd, if they did something, you make sure that it happens. If it's halal, definitely. If it's right. And connection. Usually, especially the people here, we lose connections. If they're my cousins, my other cousins, we don't remember them. SubhanAllah, we need to connect to them. If your parents are connecting to them, you have to connect to them. And make sure that their friends are honored. And I'll talk to later. What should I do again if they did? One, you connect them. Two, make dua to them. Dua and tasdeeq. Make sure that you are honoring whatever they say. There is a hadith that Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab one day was walking and he saw a Bedouin, Arab, in back home Arab, someone coming from the village outside the city. And he saw him, and when he saw him, he went out from his donkey, gave it to him, and gave him his yamama. This is kind of honoring him. And his companion talked to him and said, he's a poor guy. Why are you giving him that? If you give him some money, you'll be happy. He said, no. He's the son. His father was my father's friend. Imagine with me. He is the son. His father, this man, is the son of the father. He is friend of my father. That's why I have to honor him. He's not the friend of the father. No. He's even one grade down. He's the son of him. How to honor your parents. How to honor your parents. The problem is gratitude. I see that in this hadith. It's gratitude. How to feel that thank you, my parents. You did wonderful. You taught me. You taught me a lot. You are the one after Allah that I'm in this world. You are the one after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I am here. No one else. No one else. If you think that anyone else, I'm sorry, you're wrong. No one else but your parents are to be thanked after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, what should we do? Definitely with the technology, subhanAllah, now, it's easy to talk to them. Especially people here. Youth here. Talk to your parents. I have to tell you, especially the young students here, I can see some. If you have time, go and talk to your parents. Sit with them. You don't have to play Fortnite and NBA and watch TV 24/7. If you have a minute or two, go to your father, go to your mother. Ask help. Or let's rephrase the sentence. Make sure that they can see you. Don't be in the hotel, staying in your room, just talking to yourself. No, talk to them. Say, do you need anything? Just a question. If your mother or father asks you for something, run to do it. Run to do it. And ask them to make dua. Especially the mothers. Especially the mothers. Because we men are a bit kind of hard to say dua. Imagine with me, but the women are good, abundant of dua. Ask if your mother is still alive, give her and say, make dua to me. You will find a full essay of dua to you. Use it. Wallahi, you need it. If your mother is alive, ask her for dua. And father, definitely, please, make dua to your sons or daughters. ربنا يبارك لك. Oh Allah, hopefully that I will see you the best one in the world. May Allah make you the best one in life. May Allah make you, my daughter, have the best husband. Definitely, all the girls will love that. I wish that I see you in your house with your best husband. The best husband Allah will give you. Imagine, you'll be happy. I wish that Allah give you a good wife. May Allah give you, make dua, any dua. Oh, may Allah forgive you. With a smile. With a smile. Connect. See, when you talk to your father, what else? When you talk to your father through these things, bring your son. Bring your daughter. Talk to your grandfather. Why? Why? Not only because I want to make them take hasanat. No, you need to teach them that when I'm getting old, get your grandson to talk to me. You're smart. Smart. Be smart yourself. Teach your kids. I'm talking to my father. Come, talk to Gintu. Take to Nana. Talk to her and say salam. Oh, I don't speak the language. Don't worry about the language. They will understand. Try to translate. It's not a big deal. Try to connect. But my father doesn't talk to me. I'm sorry. It's your problem. My mother doesn't talk to me. Again, it's your problem. Talk to them. Even if they don't talk to you, my mother, how are you? I hope you're well. I don't like to talk to you. Still, I have to. Islam gave me the opportunity. I need to talk to you. I have to talk to you. Imagine you talk to someone every day, even if she hates you. And by the way, I haven't seen a mother hates her son. We have an Egyptian slang saying, أدعي على ابني واكره يؤمن. أدعي على ابني واكره يؤمن. I may curse my son, and I hate anyone saying Amin. I curse my son, and I hate anyone saying Amin, because I love my son. Even though he did something bad, but still, we love them. The love is inside us. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ وَلَمْ يَقُلْ وَصَّيْنَا الْآبَاءَ بِأَعْيَانِهِمْ. What the kids? Allah gave the command to the kids to love their parents. And not the other way around, because we love their kids, our kids, right? If good or bad, we love them anyway. Remember that. Then, what else can I do? Always, always, always be good to them. Remember to be very good to them, because they are the ones to have hasanat, give you hasanat. Always remember that. Always remember to connect them. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر يا فوز المستقيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. Now, if I don't do it, I'm talking about connecting to a father and mother. Now comes the question, if I don't do it, if you don't do it, you're in trouble. I'm telling you from now, you're in trouble. When I start preparing this, I got scared. I need, after a khutbah, I talk to my family. Subhanallah. ألا أنبئكم بأكبر الكبائر? What's the worst thing you can do? Worst thing. I thought worst thing you can do what? Killing, raping, stealing. It wasn't. It wasn't. أكبر الكبائر شرك بالله. You don't believe in Allah. What second? عقوق الوالدين. You don't do good to your parents. The second thing after shirk. Yeah. In the Quran said, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. Allah will not forgive anyone who doesn't worship Him. And wa. In the Quran, wa means continue. Wa بِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. You have to be good to your parents. Well, I'm scared from this hadith anyway, subhanAllah. May Allah forgive us, inshallah. Then, what should the second thing, you have to make your parents happy with you. ما من مسلم يصبح والديه عنه راضيان إلا وله بابان. If your parents are happy with you, 2 doors of Jannah will be open to you. And if one, it's one. And if 2 parents are sad about you, you did something bad to them, 2 doors of the hellfire will be open and 1 to 1. Imagine, just imagine you make them angry. Wallahi, it's very scary. Very scary. And by the way, we have a saying again in our slang, المحكمة ليها حق. المحكمة ليها حق. The court have the right. Yeah, you made your parents angry. Okay? And they didn't say anything. Okay? The court has rights. You will pay back. You will pay back. How? A man, one day, they saw a kid hitting his father. Hitting his father. And the people definitely, around, what are you doing? You're hitting your father. And said, stop. In this specific place, I beaten my father too. I beaten my father. البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت. اعمل ما شئت كما تدين. You will pay. And especially, if you do that, you will see it in this world before the hereafter. You will see it in this world before the hereafter. And the hadith saying, no one who disobeyed his parents will see Jannah. And this is scary hadith too. لا يدخل جنة عاق لوالديه. And look at this. I didn't finish the previous hadith. A man who stood the Prophet and said, they oppressed me. Oh Prophet, my parents oppressed me. And the Prophet looked at him and said, وَإِن ظَلَمَا وَإِن ظَلَمَا وَإِن ظَلَمَا. If they oppress you, if they oppress you, if they oppress you. 3 times. And when you hear the hadith 3 times, this means it's so authenticated. Never oppress your parents. Never. Never say bad things to them. Never do that. Now, after we said what we said, what should we do? Let's finish with a good thing. Hopefully I don't stress you out. How can I do good now? I heard the good and the bad. What can I do? First, if they're alive, if your parents are alive, you're lucky. Go and say, I love you. And make sure that you hear it from them that they love you back. 2, make them happy. Never make them sad. Never. If you can afford it, give them gifts. Talk to them. FaceTime them. Be happy to them. Make them happy. Oh Allah, oh my father, my mother, I'm good because of you. I did that because of you. Without you, I will not be here. Give them their gratitude. Make sure that they are proud and make dua to you. If you make them sad one day, make sure that they ask forgiveness. You ask for their forgiveness before you ask Allah's forgiveness. And if they are dead, or one of them, make dua to them. A lot of dua. Try to give sadaqah on their behalf. Try to make sure that your kids remember that your father and mother did well to you. And again, remember to make dua to them in each prayer. Each prayer. Make dua intensively. Because they need it. If they are dead and if they are alive. Because, what? Because every hasanah you do, they take a share. Then please give them more hasanat. They need it, alive or dead. Definitely, if they are dead, they are more in need than hasanat. Because they are gone. The hasanat stopped. Make dua to them, especially in prayer. And really, really, bring your heart in. Teach your kids how to be good. Even if your father didn't see your grandfather, make sure that when I remember my grandfather, I tell my kids that Allah, I stayed with him. He died when I was 15. I really miss him. He was a nice man. He was a normal guy. He's a normal guy, but still, he's your grandfather. Remind them so that they can gratitude you. If you praise someone, they will praise you. If you make dua to your father, they will make dua to you. Smarten out and make sure that you understand what you should do. Concluding, inshallah, there are 3 announcements I have to say. 1, time will change, inshallah, next Sunday. If you ever know, the time will change. This means that next Friday, the Jum'ah will change. The first one will be here at 1:15, second will be at 2:30, and the third one will be at 3:30 because of the time change. I hope this is clear. 2, because everyone is talking about the coronavirus. And really, as a Muslim, they wrote something for me to read, which I'm planning not to. Because I believe that it's a flu. We have to worry about it, but not overdo it. Worry about corona, wash your hands, make sure that if you're sick, imagine that someone is coughing beside you, you will lose prayer. Imagine, and everyone's done it, coughing beside you. Imagine the Prophet ﷺ said, if you eat basal, onions, or garlic, don't come to this masjid. Don't come to the masjid. Stay home. Pray at home. Imagine you're praying and someone coughing beside you. Corona, oh, everyone is okay. Don't go there. Stay at home, pray at home. Even Jum'ah, if you have the virus, then even Jum'ah, stay there. No problem, don't worry about it. Pray, go there. Because it's safety of the community now. It's not only your safety. Wash your hands well, make sure that you're done. Because now if you go and buy masks, the mask is a false thing, I believe, except if it's epidemic, everyone. Because the mask, you do take a mask and move it out. Okay? Then really, you have a false indication that you're safe. Which, if someone has corona and sneezed on you, because it's droplet of air, wash your hands and then wash your face after that. After you wash your hands, don't use your hands immediately. Okay? Wash it first by soap, and then wash your face after that. And that's it. Don't rub it into your eyes or mouth. Sanitizers are gone, masks are gone, you cannot buy it. Even the medical supplies, you will not find it anywhere, which is... And now even everyone will have the scare that you're stocking food. Okay, why you're stocking food? Because it can happen. And when it happens, it will happen. Don't worry about it, please. People are getting money out of it. Billions and billions of dollars are sold because of that. Don't be dragged to that. I'm not saying not to be scared, but work with it. Think, be smart. Don't be dragged that I have to stock here my money and here's some... And already we're having Ramadan coming and already we're stocking food to it. Don't do that. It's a virus. If you look at statistics, normal flu kills more people than coronavirus. Normal things kills people more than that. I'm not saying that if the government say that you have to, because they are telling us here that if the coronavirus is epidemic, that everyone has it, we can close the mosque. If the law comes, we will do it. But really, I'm hoping we will not go that way. I'm hoping, inshallah, we'll be safe, and every Muslim will be safe. Try to be smart when you do anything. Try to be safe when you do anything. May Allah help all of us, inshallah. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت اللهم توفنا مسلمين اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن سبقونا بالإيمان اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن سبقونا بالإيمان اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن سبقونا بالإيمان اللهم بلغنا رمضان اللهم بلغنا رمضان اللهم بلغنا رمضان اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا والمسلمين أجمعين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.